Hi there traders, this is Matt Krupski here with your weekly options beat here on Tuesday, April the 18th. This week we're taking a look at the grain options. We have May grain options coming off this Friday. As a reminder why we look at options and what we're looking at here in the weekly options beat is the option open interest. As we approach the expiration, the deltas of the options change more quickly as they go in and out of the money as the futures move around. Those deltas can change more quickly and more dramatically. As a result, the market makers who have option positions for making markets in these options hedge with futures, and their hedging activity becomes increased, meaning more futures are traded and can actually drive the direction of the futures market, especially if there's no other news out there and nothing else going on. So we look at the open interest to kind of see where there might be large open interest, and as a result try to extrapolate from that maybe some clues as to which way the markets might move. So first we'll start with the corn options here. As you can see from this graph, we're currently trading right around 360. There's a large open interest in the 350 puts and the 370 calls, in between 350 and 370. Pretty much not a whole lot to talk about here. So I wouldn't really, based on this open interest profile, expect it to drive the market in one direction or the other. As we sit right now, calls currently about 71% of the open interest is out of the money, and the puts about 77% of the open interest is out of the money. So I would expect us to kind of do a whole lot of nothing in the corn. Now, other two markets, beans and wheat though, let's take a look, starting with the soybeans. Currently trading, right around that 940 level in the May soybeans. As you can see from the table here, if we expire anywhere above $9 to $9.80, $9.60, basically the calls are meaningless. Right now, as we sit right around 940, about 1% of the calls are in the money. So virtually nothing on the call side is in the money. On the puts currently though, quite a bit in the money. Right around 940, you're looking at about 70% in the money. On the graph here, as you can see, as we go down, the lower we go, the more puts go in the money. Between 930 and 940, 77%, below 930, 81%, below 920, 84%. So, each 10 cents we go lower, it puts another 3 to 4% of these puts in the money. So, as a reminder, going into an expiration, when there's a lot of options that are currently in the money, it can usually go one of two ways. Either it drives the opposite way and can go out of the money, or it can actually drive the other way and try to put near 100% in the money. So in this case, with that 940 level also being a key technical level in the futures, if we break 940 and somehow get a close below 940, it wouldn't surprise me to see a quick acceleration down to that $9 level in the soybeans. If that happens, again, I think this would be driven by more of hedging and open interest on these options rather than any sort of huge new fundamental news. Obviously, we know we're expecting a lot of beans coming out here with this huge crop that's going in the ground now, but that news is already in the market. So if we do drive lower this week, I would look for maybe a little bounce back next week. That's how I would play the beans. In the wheat, currently trading right on the 420 line. Kind of a similar story in the wheat as we have in the beans. Calls are essentially a non-factor right now. 5% of the calls currently in the money above 420, but 50% of the puts are in the money. Again, just like that 940 line in the May soybeans, the 420 line in the May wheat is kind of a key technical level. We get below there, we could see an acceleration down to the $4 line, put a lot more puts in the money if we push lower there. So similar to the beans, look for maybe a push lower in the wheat, and I would fade that move next week. If you'd like to talk to me more about how the hedging works and how it can affect the markets, I'm happy to speak with you. Shoot me an email, give me a buzz. Glad to talk to you about it. Or if you have any questions about options, I'm here for you, so happy to answer those. As always, remember that these are my thoughts, not those of ADM Investor Services, or Chartered Financial Services. Thanks, and have a great day.